welcome back to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here today because, well, we're diving into what I'd honestly call an elite health masterclass. If you're a focused learner, someone looking to really dial in your cognitive performance, extend that health span, and truly understand the invisible systems running your body, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to completely reframe how you look at your daily habits, your mental resilience, and even how you age physically. We're going deep into the science of interconnected health, decoding the hidden engine that governs literally everything from your afternoon energy slump to your deepest, most restorative sleep. All right, let's get right into it. So what if your focus, your stress levels, and your sleep all actually started in your gut? I know, it sounds a bit like a paradox, doesn't it? For decades, right, modern medicine has treated the brain, the gut, and our sleep cycles as these completely isolated departments. It's like if you have brain fog, you look at the brain. If you have sleep debt, you check your circadian rhythm. But what if the root cause of declining mental health, our shattered attention spans, and even the accelerated aging we see so much of in modern life, what if they all originated in the exact same place? Today, we are plunging straight into the interconnected mysteries of the human body, a place where absolutely nothing operates in isolation. To really wrap our heads around this, we've got to start with a foundational concept, the microbiome. This is the incredibly diverse community of trillions, yes, trillions with a T, of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microbes that live right inside your gastrointestinal tract. And what's truly fascinating here, what literally forces us to rethink human biology, is that your gut isn't just some passive tube for digestion. Not at all. It is a highly individualized, living, breathing, anaerobic bioreactor. The genetic material of these microbes vastly outnumbers your own human DNA. This vibrant ecosystem actively dictates your systemic health, your immune responses, and, as we're about to see, your day-to-day brain function. Now, let me share a metric that completely blew my mind when I first dug into the research. 400 times. Your intestinal cells actually produce about 400 times more melatonin than your brain's pineal gland. No way, right? And remember, melatonin doesn't just make you feel a little drowsy, it orchestrates your entire sleep architecture. It dictates those absolutely crucial cycles of restorative deep sleep and the REM sleep you need for memory consolidation. So the big takeaway here is this. When we talk about sleep hygiene, we're almost always talking about blue light, screen time, blackout curtains, the usual stuff. But if your gut is pumping out the overwhelming majority of your body's melatonin, then your sleep optimization strategy absolutely must begin with your digestion and your microbiome. And it definitely doesn't stop with sleep. Up to 95% of your body's serotonin is synthesized right there in the gut. It's produced by specialized enterochromaffin cells, and this whole process is driven by interactions with your microbes. Serotonin, as you probably know, is the critical neurotransmitter for mood regulation, emotional resilience, and the kind of cognitive endurance you need for real deep work. When we experience that modern digital overload, the constant pings, the stress, we almost always blame our brains for the burnout. But what this science tells us is that your resilience against digital burnout isn't just about reducing screen time, it's quite literally manufactured in your intestines. So let's look at the foundation of all this, leaky gut and systemic inflammation. Your intestinal barrier is honestly a biological marvel. It's built of 3 primary layers that basically act as your body's ultimate security system. First up, you have the outer mucus layer. Think of this as a biophysical moat, packed with antimicrobial proteins that are out there actively neutralizing pathogens. Just beneath that moat is the epithelial monolayer. These are the castle walls. It's a single layer of highly specialized cells held tightly together by things called tight junctions. And finally, right below that is the immune monitoring layer, where your immune cells are constantly evaluating any foreign antigens that manage to make it through. This whole structure has to pull off a massive balancing act. It must allow essential nutrients in while aggressively keeping toxins out. It's a highly delicate, selectively permeable border. But what exactly happens when that border fails? Well, we enter a state of increased intestinal permeability, which you've probably heard called leaky gut. This is a state where those delicate tight junctions we just talked about start to break down. When those microscopic gates fail, tiny cracks or holes literally form in the intestinal lining. And this is bad news because it allows partially digested food, bacterial toxins like lipopolysaccharides, and even live bugs to bypass your security system and penetrate straight into your bloodstream. Those lipopolysaccharides, or LPS for short, are highly reactive endotoxins. So when they hit your blood, your immune system freaks out. It recognizes them as a severe threat and triggers a massive, aggressive fire alarm, which means an intense inflammatory response. And this sets off a devastating biological cascade, a true domino effect. Step 1. Modern stressors and a highly processed diet alter your microbiome balance. Step 2. This imbalance leads to gut microbiota dysbiosis, basically where the bad bacteria start outnumbering the good guys. Step 3. Those bad bacteria and their toxic byproducts degrade your protective mucus layer, causing that barrier hyperpermeability, or leaky gut. And finally, step 4. Systemic inflammation. That localized fire happening in your gut spreads throughout your entire bloodstream. Looking at it this way, through systems thinking, shows us exactly how our daily lifestyle choices physically break down our physiology. This low-grade systemic inflammation is a primary driver of what scientists are now calling inflammaging, literally the acceleration of your biological clock. It's driving everything from obesity and metabolic syndrome to autoimmune conditions and rapid cellular aging. It's the perfect example of how every system in your body influences every other system. To really ground this in an authoritative clinical consensus, let's consider this insight from Dr. Michael Camilleri over at the Mayo Clinic. He points out that significant joint diseases, things like rheumatoid arthritis, are actually driven by this exact inflammatory process. Food and bacterial proteins cross that compromised intestinal mucosa, they enter the bloodstream, and then they land in distant areas of the body, like the joints in your hands or your lower back, causing severe radiating physical pain. So what starts as a completely invisible gut issue eventually manifests as a highly visible, incredibly painful systemic disease. Which brings us to the root causes. Why exactly is our gut breaking down in the first place? I want you to think about how incredibly normal this list of modern disruptors is going to sound to the average American. First, chronic psychological stress from constant digital overload and nonstop work environments. This elevates cortisol, which directly downregulates those vital tight junction proteins we talked about. Then there's sleep deprivation, which disrupts the circadian rhythm of your microbes themselves. Add in the standard modern diet packed with ultra-processed foods that literally feed disease-causing bacteria. And on top of that, we have the frequent use of NSAIDs like your standard ibuprofen and heavy alcohol use. Both of these act as harsh chemical stressors that can quite literally burn right through your mucosal barrier. These are the modern disruptors of intestinal homeostasis. Without even realizing it, we are essentially marinating our gut lining in a toxic cocktail of modern stressors every single day. And when we look at the behavioral data, there's just a massive gap between what we know we should do and what we actually do daily. A recent cross-sectional study revealed something shocking. While most people generally know that diet impacts their stress and gut health, only about 28% of individuals are actually consuming a high-fiber diet daily. That means nearly 72% of us are living on low-fiber diets. Modern food engineering has intentionally stripped fiber out of our food supply to increase shelf life, and that is directly starving our ancient biology. See, fiber is the primary fuel for your beneficial bacteria. When you don't feed them, they starve, your microbial diversity collapses, and your protective barrier weakens. It's a textbook example of modern life stripping away the fundamental nutrients our bodies absolutely require to function. Moving on to the gut-brain axis, sleep optimization and deep work. Think of your microbes as little biochemical factories. When your gut is healthy, these factories produce incredibly powerful enhancers. GABA to calm your nervous system, serotonin to boost your mood, melatonin to trigger sleep, and short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which actively reduce brain inflammation and promote cellular repair. These compounds literally feed your cognitive endurance. But when your gut slips into a state of dysbiosis, those exact same factories start churning out neurotoxic disruptors, things like ammonia and D-lactic acid. These toxins travel up via the vagus nerve, which is basically the biological superhighway connecting your gut directly to your brain, and through your bloodstream, directly causing sleep disturbances, attention fragmentation, and severe cognitive fatigue. Honestly, if you're struggling to focus, it might just be because your gut is pumping out the completely wrong metabolites. So how do we fix this? Let's talk evidence-based clinical rehabilitation. We absolutely need to move beyond viral social media myths and look at rigorous, scientifically validated protocols to rebuild our systems from the inside out. I want to highlight a landmark 10-week study from the Stanford School of Medicine called the Fee-Fi-Fo trial. They compared a high-fiber diet against a high-fermented food diet in healthy adults. And guys, the results completely disrupted traditional dietary advice. The researchers originally hypothesized that just adding 20 grams of fiber a day would massively boost microbial diversity. But it didn't. In the short term, there was zero change in diversity. The fiber just passed right through, unfermented. However, the group eating a high-fermented food diet saw a progressive, steady increase in overall microbial diversity, along with a stunning reduction in 19 distinct inflammatory proteins. This single study forced immunologists and dietitians everywhere to completely rewrite their clinical protocols on dietary fiber. And this brilliantly illustrates a critical functional concept called the prebiotic diversity bottleneck. Here is the main thing you need to take away from this. Adding fiber alone completely fails if your gut has already lost the specific microbes required to digest that fiber. It's exactly like dumping a pile of lumber on an empty construction site with absolutely no builders around. The wood is just going to sit there. Fermented foods, on the other hand, introduce live, transient microbes that act as those construction workers. They temporarily stabilize the gut environment, they bring down the inflammation, and they allow your native, previously suppressed microbes to finally wake up, get back to work, and repopulate. Now, if the barrier is already broken, we also need biomolecular agents to physically repair those epithelial cells. We are talking university-level nutritional science here. Take L-glutamine, for instance. It is the primary metabolic fuel for your anocytes. Clinical trials show that high doses, we're talking over 30 grams a day for short periods, actively regenerate those tight junctions and reduce paracellular permeability. Then you have bone broth, which provides highly bioavailable amino acids like lysine and proline that are absolutely essential for mucosal healing. And marine or bovine collagen peptides, they directly target the tight junction barrier, successfully suppressing mild bloating and those frustrating digestive symptoms. This points exactly to the future of health and personalized medicine. Clinical nutrition is shifting incredibly fast toward these personalized amino acid therapies rather than just generic advice, giving us the exact molecular tools needed to physically rebuild the wall. To overcome that prebiotic diversity bottleneck we just discussed, we simply must incorporate live microbes into our daily routine. Here is a highly practical, actionable list of essential fermented foods for repopulation. We're talking kefir, kimchi, kombucha, high-quality yogurts, naturally fermented vegetables, and even certain active culture cottage cheeses. Consuming these daily acts as an incredible one-two punch when you combine them with fiber. And here's the coolest part. Eventually, as you repopulate your microbiome, this fascinating shift in intuitive eating occurs. Your body literally starts intuitively craving these diverse, nutrient-dense foods instead of ultra-processed junk, all because you are actively deploying live dietary microbes into your system to mediate inflammation, which is the pivotal cause of chronic diseases of aging. When we put it all together, we use the comprehensive clinical approach known as the Functional Medicine 4Rs framework. Step 1. Remove. You have to get rid of the modern disruptors, the ultra-processed foods, the excessive NSAIDs, the chronic stressors. Step 2. Replace. Support your digestion with enzymes or stomach acid if you're found to be deficient. Step 3. Repair. Use those targeted nutrients like L-glutamine and bone broth to actively heal the mucosal lining. And finally, Step 4. Repopulate. Bring in the fermented foods and the fiber to build a lush, diverse, thriving microbial ecosystem. It is a highly systematic, logical path to true, full-body rehabilitation. Which brings us to our final thought for today. We've journeyed through the microscopic anatomy of your gut. We've uncovered how it directly dictates the neurochemicals in your brain, and we've explored the exact evidence-based clinical steps to heal it. Every single day, with absolutely every bite of food you take and every hour of sleep you get, you are either actively nourishing this incredibly complex ecosystem, or you are degrading it. So, I want to leave you with this. If trillions of invisible microbes govern your focus, your stress, and your ultimate lifespan, what will you feed them today? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really can't wait to dive into our next deep topic with you. Until then, keep learning, keep optimizing, and please take care of your microbes.